Here we are doing a dedicated walkthrough on the Brabus Shadow 900. Some of you may have seen this before, but the interesting thing is that I have not seen this in person before, and that's why I'm really excited to show you all of the expensive details on this boat. And yeah, as I said, it's a Brabus, and it's a collaboration between Brabus and Axopar. And this boat has everything that you could imagine. And as all Axopars, this has huge side doors, so it's easy to get in and out of this boat. And also, when you have nice weather, you get all the sun you can imagine through the sunroof and through the doors. Which is, of course, something that is important, especially if you are in Finland or in any region where the summer is short. You want everything through the roof you can imagine. And as you see here, it also has a roof rack, so you can have all your water sports gear connected with, I don't know, you can have probably rubber bands or some kind of fastenings there. And here we are now inside the cabin, and it looks completely crazy. The details on this one, we have the stepping boards here and the gullwing doors, which means that you can just walk right into this from the side here. And you can see that we have handles which are coated in some kind of leather, and every single detail has this diamond stitching leather. As you can see, they have completely spec'd this out to be matching with the interior of the boat. And you even have headrests here on the side, which is nice. That's a nice extra. And there's also a small window or a sunroof here. You can't open that, but of course, when you have the gullwing doors open, you get to have like an extra space here, a living space where you can even sit and enjoy almost like you would sit outside. And on this boat, you can see that there is also a tap here, so you have like a kind of like a living space for a weekend trip or something, where you don't need to figure out where you can wash your hands and so on. And in the back we have a similar cabin. This is like the aft cabin, and this is most likely made for just sleeping. And when you see here, we have the blinds, so it's nice to get it dark here if you know, sleep in a harbor and the sun is coming up early. You want to sleep in. And you also have two sunroofs here in the ceiling, and then also these have blinds. And I guess you see there is also like the mosquito net that you can just pull over if you like. And you have charging ports here, you have LED lighting, everything you can imagine. And what is nice about this is there's no step into this, so you actually get a really seamless space throughout the entire boat. But if you like, you can always close down the hatch on the front space if that's what you like. So this is kind of the master bedroom or the master cabin, and you get some privacy by just closing this door. And then you have the sliding door underneath, so we can just try and slide this close and then close this hatch here. So you can see that on the hatch itself we even have two screens extra for when you need a lot of data to be shown when you drive. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Even if it's a bit overkill. I mean, it's a Brabus, so it needs to be that way. I think it's always better to have, let's say, a radar, you have the sonar, you have the camera, and then on the last screen you can have like the data from the motors, the engines, or even your chart plotter, whatever you like. And yeah, what else do we have to say about this? I mean, there's absolutely everything you could imagine. We have a wireless charging base here, and we can control it through this joystick, or just drive it regularly through the steering wheel on the helm here. And also, what is interesting about this is that you have completely 360 view in this boat, and almost no A-pillars. There's just a small little gap between the windows in the front, and you have an amazing view over the sea here. Take a look at the cabin here. It's absolutely stunning. All the details, everything is just amazing. And when you want to close this, you get almost like a completely indoors living space here. Even though it's a little bit on the, let's say, darker side because of the dark coloring, you know, if you had a white boat, it just gives a little bit more light and it feels a little bit bigger. But this is kind of good because it's just a light gray, so it doesn't feel that cramped. But if it were black, then it would feel a little bit smaller even. But I think this is really good color because it also feels like it's a good contrast to all these carbon details on the dashboard. And look at the seating, crazy. And you can also flip these up if you like and have like a standing position there. And then the table can be flipped over, so you can really have a nice dinner here. It's kind of like a saloon, this space here. And I assume that you can spec this differently if you like. I don't think that this is like a standard spec, but more like a completely customized design. Because to my understanding, you can design these however you like on their website. So that means there's kind of almost unlimited options on these. Like the red color on these seats is absolutely stunning. It's kind of like a hate it or love it thing. Either you think it's good or you think it's completely ridiculous, but I love it. It's just so, it looks so special, and it has kind of this rubberish feel to it. So if you're sitting here at high speeds, you can really feel that you are sticking to the seat, which is really important when you're going. I don't know how fast this actually goes. We have to check on the spec sheet, but going really fast, you know, you have to have some security, some kind of safety on board, which is also good. Regarding this boat, it's really shallow, so it's not like it doesn't go too high up like all the all-season boats, but this can take all seasons because we have very high these sides on the boat, and then we have the railing as well, so you can actually, yeah, I mean, you'd have to be a bit uncareful if you were to tip over. There is really no chance of that because it's so high. And what else? Yeah, it has, of course, it has the windlass in the front, and then when we look at the design, we can also see that up top we have a really technical specification there. We have at least 2 VHF antennas and a radar, and then we have the searchlight, which is remote controlled, and everything is black, which looks really nice. Of course, when it's a Brabus, everything needs to be tip top, the last detail. And on the sides here we can see we have like storage. I think this is storage space. Yeah, some kind of storage space here. And then also this is the view into the cabin, so if you were to take up the blinds, you also get a bit of sunlight there. But in the back here we have like a sunbed with cup holders, of course. You need to have cup holders everywhere when going fast. But yeah, the same design goes here all the way with the diamond stitching, which is really nice. And this version has the 450 Brabus tuned racing engines from Mercury. And yeah, I don't think there is a better boat to match these engines. If you see, the coloring is, I know, it's completely, yeah, it's the, I don't know, I don't find words for stuff here. No, it's just amazing. So I don't know what you think about this, but I don't know, this is kind of a dream boat for me. This also has steps on the side with lights, so you get you can safely go to the shore with this. Like having maybe just a small step here helps you get over here when you are docking. And then in the back, of course, it's open, so it's really easy to just step right over there onto shore. And in addition to all of the crazy details, we also have, of course, a JL Audio sound system, and it's on both sides. And then we have in the front, and both in the front and in the aft. And then in the cabin we have up here in the roof 2 speakers, and then in addition to that there's also 2 here in the back. So yeah, with that said, I think we have seen it all. This is kind of the best thing you could imagine, and take some time to take this in, because I mean, it's just amazing. I don't know, there's one thing I would say about this is like the best thing which make these look completely crazy or in a good way crazy is when you have the gullwing doors open and it looks like it's flying. That's nice, but it also is like a feature that I haven't seen on any boat. How do you open this? I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe there's a button. What is this? Yeah, all right. Oh, careful. That was interesting. All right. So we have a pillow here in the middle, which moves, but like coming in and out of that wasn't hard at all. I have a really large camera in my hand, and I still managed to open the door with one hand, which is, of course, really, really good. But yeah, as you can see, you get like an outdoor space here inside the lower cabin. You should just have the gullwing doors open. Crazy stuff, right? Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this boat. I think it's completely insane. This is one of the most exciting boats, especially if you are a car person and you like Brabus and what they do on cars. They have done the same thing here with this boat. All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in. And if there's anything that you would like to know more about this boat, or any kind of video, sea trial, or anything that you would like me to try, then let me know and I will try to figure out a way to do it. And these guys at Axopar and Brabus are really helpful, so I'm sure they will find a way to let us experience this boat at some point. But this experience was already, for me, something really nice. Let's close the door with one hand. That. Easy. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.